Time configuration is crucial for setting the number of frames in a video. Key settings include video systems, broadcast on TV and platforms. Systems vary with different frame counts. Adjustments are made in time configuration tailored to specifics. I haven't checked the time configuration since downloading the program to see the animation's frames per second. You have a system like the video system that is displayed on YouTube and others. You have 30 frame systems, you have 24 frame systems, you have 25 frame systems. The time related systems are adjusted from the time configuration, and all of these settings are for each video or each video system that is displayed according to the country, according to the system, and according to each thing. With each specific number of frames, basically it will either be PAL or it will be video. I haven't opened it, to be honest. This is its default setting. I mean, since I downloaded the program, I haven't opened the time configuration to see how many frames per second the animation has. Once we finish this part, we can open it together. There's no problem with that. So how much longer until we finish this part? Once this part is done, we can open it together. There's no problem with that. So how much longer until we finish this part? About 38, 39? The idea is becoming clear now. It's clear how the motion works, how it responds, and how it operates with you. So it's important for us to pay attention to this and to notice the rendering, because it's very important for us to observe the motion, like the rendering that's in front of you right now. How much is it going to be? So about 38, 39, the idea has become clear. It's clear how the motion works, how it responds, and how it operates with you. So it's important for us to pay attention to this and to notice the rendering, because it's very important to observe the motion, like the rendering that's in front of you right now. Of course, this scene is very important and distinctive. It also makes you focus on the rendering method, how it works, the time it takes, and the time it spends. All of this is very important. There's no problem at all. Time configuration, PAL runs at 30 FPS, film at 24, frames start at 0, seconds 0.29 form a full second. There is the film system and the PAL system. The PAL system is 30 frames per second. I'm adding the cooking to the PAL at 30 frames per second. If you switch to film, it gives you 24 frames per second. Frames start from 0, so frame 0 is counted. In front of me it is 100, making 101 frames. It tells me 55 of 101, 55 of 101, meaning not 100. Seconds 0 to 29 make a complete second. I want to complete it to the end. On something small to benefit from doing something high. It won't take long, so we can finish quickly. So I have 100, which is 101 frames. Even if I read this part, it tells me 55 of 101, 55 of 101, which means not 100, right? Because you start from 0. So the seconds from 0 to 29 are a complete second. So I want to complete it to the end, but on something small like this, so that we can benefit from having done something high. You won't waste too much time on it now that we've finished 3 parts. I mean, so seeing the complete motion in the video is important to me, because if you don't do it in front of you, you might start to doubt the possibility. You might get suspicious about the ability to handle it. Okay, he takes the formats like this. Frame by frame creates motion. Animation is sequential images. 101 frames make a 3-second video. In Tom and Jerry, the cat moves slowly to catch the mouse. The dinosaur shows its head, tail, and legs, all in frames. Mentioning Tom and Jerry, the cat tried to catch the mouse. I changed the dinosaur. It draws with its hand, showing its head, tail, and legs. All are in frames drawn by hand. I'm the artist here. This program lets me create. I drew this with my hand. These are ready-made objects, but the same idea. Like the artist drew and this program allows me to create this. I mean, I drew this with my own hand. It's not like I drew anything. These are ready-made objects, but the same idea. Just like the artist back in the day drew the tree, I brought the tree ready and animated it. He was drawing it on paper, and the frames in front of you on the black background were created with colors that he was painting by hand, frame by frame. But this is generated by the computer. So even if you look into the literature and references, it will tell you that the images are generated using a computer, and it will mention that this involves a certain image processing, and I produce images using the computer, and I produce videos using the computer. All of these are things you can use. This is an old term, by the way. I don't even like to use it. So as you can see, the motion is already at 80. That means there are 20 frames left, 20 drawings or 20 static frames to be able to produce this shape. So 80 frames. See, it's important for me to keep track of this count. So there are 20 frames left, 20 drawings or 20 static frames to be able to produce this shape. So 80 frames. You see, it's important for me to keep track of this count. 81% finished or working on the film. 82-101 working on the film. 83-101, the frame is like the ones that are finished. 82, okay. Here, the last frame takes 5 seconds. A frame can differ from another frame. For example, one frame might take 10 seconds if there's something extra. If there's a bent leaf or something that needs to be shown, you might find it takes 9 seconds. Originally, it says it takes 5 seconds, but it could be 6 or 4. So the average is 5 seconds per frame, okay? He's doing the movement and around a few minutes, right? Of course, he still has some flour left or he will finish it. Exactly 55 seconds. And it's been 8 minutes. I've been going around in circles for 8 minutes in the explanation, so you can pay attention to this movement, which takes about 40 seconds to finish. All right, now he's telling you these are the dimensions of your shape and the perspective from which it's taken, and the beginning and end are very important for the designers when they come to work on it. Okay, 30 seconds left. You won't even feel them. There are 4 frames left, and it might be less than 30 seconds too. All right. Now he's telling you these are the dimensions of your shape, and the perspective from which it's taken and the beginning and end are very important for the designers when they come to work on it. All right, 30 seconds left. You won't even feel them. There are 4 frames left, and it might be less than 30 seconds too. Oh, is everything okay? This is what I'm following, and this is the image that comes out. And there's only 10 seconds left. The last frame he's working on, 99 frames finished, 100 frames finished. Is the last frame finished? So I made a video. Where does it come out? This video, it comes out in a folder called Render Out. It should be right here. Let's watch it together. This is the file that I worked hard to produce. Let's make it a loop. Let's see how the shape will move. This is the tree that the wind is blowing. And it came out looking like this. It has a nice feel to it. I mean, the physics in it is pretty accurate. You really need to study the timing to get the ball's movement right. When the ball rolls on the ground, its acceleration changes. For example, let me give you something about timing, because these are important pieces of information. I didn't get into the exercise either. Just around me, I'm going to remove the tree. It doesn't matter to me. The tree isn't something to memorize. I mean, yeah, it's just a small detail, because I can produce something, the ball that was called a sphere thus this means if I place it like this from the top, how does it look? I want to move this ball from the oven, stretch it out like this. It's like a struggle from slow to fast, or if it was up, and it's going to fall to the ground. Where? The ground. The ground. I mean, I didn't draw it. This is the ground. Naturally, the ball shouldn't penetrate the ground. I mean, the villages would be like this, for example. When I come to move the ball, come here with me. This is the ball. Oh, okay. All the perspectives. Beautiful. Bring it to this location. But this is the ball. This ball is supposed to fall from above. It falls, so it must be high, and it drops and bounces quickly. Imagine this scene as an animation. It benefits all colleges. Science and engineering students benefit, though science students may not see its importance in experiments. It's important in biology, anatomy, models, and samples. Today, I aim to spark interest in health and science colleagues about what engineering, sports, and computer science use. I want to hit this ball to bounce a certain way, moving it along a path. Someone might say, I want to draw a shape. I haven't drawn with you before. Can I draw a curve like this? Even in biology, in anatomy and stuff like that, and in models and samples, it's important. Maybe today, my role is to spark the interest of my colleagues in the health and science colleges about what the colleagues in engineering and sports colleges use, and computer science and stuff like that. Come here. I want to hit this ball and make it bounce in a certain way. I can move it along a path. By the way, someone might come and say, I want to draw a shape. I haven't drawn a shape with you before, by the way. Can I come and draw a curve like this? For example, this is just for fun, playing around with you guys with the curves. Look at how this curve looks. Notice, this is a curve. This is just a curve, okay? I can add points. I can lower a point, raise a point. All of this is possible. All of this is possible, okay? This is a line, just like that. Show line. Here's the line. This is the shape of my line, and I can draw it. So it's like line, 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 line. I can create the path in a shape. I can remove the line and the curve. I can initially draw the path as a line for the ball to drop. From top, bottom like this. Sorry, I'll make it a bit random. And then you come here. So should it be a bit higher? And then it comes like this. Sure, I could make curves. There's nothing stopping anyone from playing around with it. I didn't create this curve on my own, you know. I can make curves however I want just by clicking to the left. And how does it look? It will be smooth. I'm just pointing this out so you can see what, like this, let it rise like this and give you a slight curve. Because the ball has already dropped.